Now we say we check in and get some news this morning.
Yes, let's do it with your co-anchor, Elizabeth Alvarez, who has the morning's headlines. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning to you at home. We begin with some really devastating news this morning. It's still developing. Today we could learn more about how Dylan Redwine died. He is the teenager from southern Colorado who had been missing for about 7 months. La Plata County Sheriff deputies confirmed they found Dylan's remains on Middle Mountain this week, which is close to Vallecito Lake. Dylan disappeared back in November after he went to a court-ordered visit with his father, Mark. Dylan's brother tells us that as soon as investigators started searching this week, their father, Mark, left town. Now, Mark Redwine has never been named as suspects in Dylan's disappearance. We want to make that clear. But the news of Dylan's remains has been absolutely devastating, especially for his brother.
Obviously, throughout this whole thing, we were hoping that we were going to get the news that we'd be able to see him. But, you know, the reality is now that he's not with us.
Well, we do have a news crew in Vallecito, and of course, we will have more on the Dylan Redwine story later today. All 3 people wanted in the recent shooting of an Albuquerque toddler are waking up behind bars. Brian Begay and his girlfriend turned themselves in yesterday. Police say Begay got into a fight with the toddler's uncle at an apartment complex near Zuni in San Pablo on Wednesday. They say as the girlfriend drove off in a vehicle, Begay allegedly fired shots at the uncle, while a bullet ended up hitting the little girl, but she is expected to be okay. A third person in the car, Samantha Montoya, was arrested yesterday. Police in Albuquerque have issued a silver alert for an elderly man who disappeared from his home. 64-year-old Richard Bird was last seen at home on midnight Wednesday. Officers say his wife woke up Thursday morning and found that he was gone. Bird suffers from dementia and possibly Alzheimer's. He was last seen wearing dark gray sweatpants, a light gray t-shirt, 1 sock, and no shoes. If you see this man, please call police immediately. Another bear found running in the wild in northeast Albuquerque. Would you take a look at this picture here? Game and Fish says that the 150-pound bear ran around the Tanouan golf course for a short time before heading up a tree. This happened near Lowell and Del Rey, just south of the Tanouan community. Now, Drew Bentley sent us this picture of the bear roaming around yesterday. Thank you for that. Game and Fish caught the bear, you'd be happy to know, and will likely release it back into the wild sometime today. And lastly, Lobo basketball player Tony Snell is waking up a Chicago Bulls player this morning. The Bulls snagged the guard with the 20th pick last night during the NBA draft. Snell is the first Lobo drafted in the first round in 5 years, and he's only the 8th ever that's been drafted.
Well, it was crazy, you know, knowing I'm going to the Bulls. I watched Jordan play my whole life, and I never known I was going to be there to, you know, get picked by the Bulls. And I watched Derrick Rose. You know, he's a really great player, and I can't wait to work with him and you know, help the team get wins.
Of course, only the 8th ever Lobo drafted for the NBA. Snell, by the way, had 64 career three-pointers at UNM, shooting nearly 39% from behind the three-point line. Congratulations, Tony Snell. We're going to miss you here in New Mexico. And that wraps it up for your morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt, Kristen, and myself every weekday morning beginning at 4:30 a.m. All right, guys, going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Elizabeth. We were just talking. This is really great news. Lots of New Mexicans very proud today.
Yes.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Thank you, Elizabeth.